Oh, yeah, give me some. Cut me a piece. Go away, Baton!
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
You see this whole fallout today with James Franco?
I kind of saw it, but I don't understand it.
Okay.
What's going on?
I will explain it to you because I've been following this story, believe it or not, since 2018. I think this is a really interesting story because James Franco is such a huge star. And more than a star, he was sort of beloved and like a sex symbol, but like not too much. You know, it wasn't like Brad Pitt's sex symbol. It was, he kind of took the piss out of himself, the way he would like make fun of himself a lot and stuff like that. So in 2018, James Franco was accused of sexually inappropriate conduct with 5 different women.
Ooh.
Yeah. 4 of whom were his acting students. And this was all investigated by the LA Times. They're the ones who broke the story. So at the time, Franco went on Colbert and he said, yeah, I read about this on Twitter. It's all bullshit. But, I support people who want to have a voice. If you want to have a voice, you should. Mm-hmm. And you're like, wait a second. These women are accusing you of sexual assault. And your attitude is they deserve a voice? Like, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, what's that about? We now find out that he's basically admitted to all of this stuff.
No.
Yeah. So he settled with 2 of the women for over $2.2 million each.
Ooh.
Okay. So now he's breaking his silence by sitting down with People Magazine. They have a podcast that airs tomorrow.
Well, in 2018, there were some complaints about me and an article about me. And at that moment, I just thought, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to pause.
Mm-hmm.
Not seem like the right time to.
It's a good idea.
Anything.
Yeah, he wasn't quiet. He went on Colbert and talked about it.
I know, but after that, he pretty much dug himself a hole and went into it.
And
right,
I
maybe
need to listen.
Bad analogy, by the way.
There's a writer, Damon Young, and he talked about, when something like this happens, like the natural human instinct is to just make it stop. You just want to get out in front of it and whatever you have to do, apologize, get it done. But what that doesn't do is allow you to do the work and to look at what was underneath, like whatever you did, even if it was a gaffe or he's
not going to come out.
Spiritual now.
He's not going to come out and say that he's addicted to sex, is he?
Yeah, he is. That's where it's going.
Did something wrong or whatever.
They all do that.
There's probably an iceberg underneath that of behavior, of patterning, of just being blind.
My dick has a mind of its own.
Right. Just say I'm a sex addict and move on.
That isn't
that's where
gonna
you're going with this.
I like the poontang.
So
right.
Poontang from underage girls turned me on.
I've just been doing it.
And they want to bang Green Goblin.
Yeah.
4 years, and
yeah.
I was in recovery before,
for sex.
He was an alcoholic when he was like a teenager, but now he's trying to say that he had an addictive personality. He had a problem with alcohol when he was younger, but now that he's older, the addiction has kind of moved towards the sexual nature.
Substance abuse. And there were some issues that I had to deal with that were also related to addiction. And so I've really used my recovery background to kind of start examining this and changing
Did you?
who I was.
Oh, really? So when you sexually abuse these women, you were what? Like just working out some of your demons? Anyway, so he admits to having sex with students. And then he admits to cheating on every girlfriend he's ever had. Listen to this part.
Attention from women, success with women also became a huge source of validation for me. The problem with that is, like, I'm sure you can guess, like any sort of drug or anything, like, there's never enough. It's sort of always I talk about
I'm
like
a sex
this
addict.
If-then.
We get it.
Do you know
There's no such
how
thing.
much poontang is out there? Do you have any idea?
I thought,
and I'm a star.
If I get this,
he's trying to get all of it, but he's trying to tell us that it's because he has a problem,
like, well,
not because he's a guy.
Well, if I get
and
that,
famous,
I'm famous. I have money. I was the Green Goblin. Damn it!
Be happy, and it was never ending, and it was.
And I'm a hell of an actor. Let's remember that. He is a great actor.
Sadly,
He's
the
a very
same
good
thing
actor.
with-
And he's a good-looking
with people.
guy.
You know, it's if I'm with that, like this is all subconscious, but like if I'm with that person, I'll be happy.
I just
And
hate
then
guys like just
it's
own
not
it.
enough.
Own
I'm
it.
just trying to fill that hole, and it never gets filled. So
Actually, it does.
at around the same time, I hit the wall with work. My
That was a bad
my
analogy he
sister-in-law,
used.
Iris Torres, given me a book on sex and love addiction.
Oh, so he got a book now.
The book is what
And,
he didn't
I've
know
been
he
in
was a
recovery
sex
for a
addict
long
until
time,
his
right? But
So you read this
his
book?
sister-in-law.
I got sober
his sister-in-law
really
gave it to him.
young. So like I could identify with a lot
Because he was getting the wrong books before this point.
in the alcohol
Exactly.
literature, but like when I read this
He was
book,
reading Playboy,
it was like
and they said,
it
"Stop
hit
that!
me
Read
like
this
a
book."
bullet.
Right.
It's like,
This book
oh
is
my
more
God.
better. And he went,
That's me.
no, get past the first chapter. You'll like it. Trust
And
me.
up until that point,
He was
like,
reading
as
Where's
crazy
Waldo.
As it is, like I
Right.
had inklings, like okay,
Don't
maybe
read
this is
that.
an issue.
It's for kids.
My parents.
I don't believe James Franco has read anything in his life. I don't think he
he's read
even reads
Everybody
his script.
Poops. No, he's read Everybody Poops.
I don't believe he's read any scripts either. Because have you seen all the movies he's done lately? Like This Is the End. You couldn't have
stayed
read that
married
script.
their whole lives.
Yeah.
So like I respected marriage
True.
and like
The Kim Jong-un movie. He couldn't have read
there
that.
had been a part of me.
that was
even
awful.
all
Yeah.
through it, even at my craziest, where it was like, well, I want to.
The Room he read because he was great in that. He was awesome in that movie.
Yeah, he was awesome in that movie.
I want to be in a
Read The
serious
Room.
relationship. I didn't know how.
That's what
I'd
every
have to
sex
read it.
addict says. I really wanted a relationship. I just went about it in the wrong way by banging everything that moved.
Is he blaming porn at
I
all?
was like, oh,
Not yet.
That's next.
this is an issue that I'm not going to solve on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, instead of
Such
being
a
like, I'm
powerful
an
drug, and
egomaniac
It-
and I'm a jerk.
Poontang is a powerful drug.
such a powerful drug. And
Uh-huh.
I got hooked on it for 20 more years.
Yeah.
And the insidious part of that
Uh-huh.
is that I stayed sober from alcohol all that time.
What's
So-
one thing got
and
to
I
do
went
with
to
the
meetings,
other?
all
One's a
that
real
time. I
addiction. The
even
other's
tried to,
bullshit.
Sponsor other people. And so in my head, it was like, oh, I'm sober.
Listen to how tragic
I'm
he sounds. It's
living a
it's
spiritual
such
life.
drama.
Does this help
Where-
him or hurt him?
On the side, I'm acting out now in all these other ways.
Oh, I'll explain
and
to you
I
why
couldn't
he's doing
see
this.
it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me explain to you. So he admits to having sex with students. He admits to cheating on every girlfriend he's ever had. In the interview, he gets to why he's really sitting down and why he's really telling us all about this. He's asked about Seth Rogen. Now, I don't know if you know, but when this whole thing went down, Seth Rogen came out about a year or so after the accusations and said he's done with James Franco. He does not condone anything he's done. He does not condone the behavior. He's no longer going to work with him. Their relationship is over, which was a really big blow to James Franco's career because everything he did because of Seth Rogen.
Right.
Well, so now you see in Hollywood, James Franco is struggling to get work. He's struggling to get attention of producers. And what's happening to Seth Rogen? Seth Rogen is becoming one of the biggest producers of television and film. He is the go-to guy. He is the star. James Franco wants back in with Seth Rogen. That's what all this is about. So in this interview, he was asked about Seth Rogen. He says this. Rogen was asked about me, and I just want to say I absolutely love Seth Rogen. I love Seth Rogen. I worked with him for 20 years. We didn't have one fight for 20 years, not one fight.
Maybe it's just me, maybe I just don't give a shit. I'm just saying he deserves a beat down.
He was my absolute closest work friend.
Why are you ruining my life? What did I ever do to you?
We just gelled. So that's what this whole thing is about. This is a mea culpa. He could have come forward at any time since 2018 and said he was sorry for doing this to these women. He was sorry for all of this. He's doing it now because from 2018 to now, he sees that his career is tanking. No one wants to work with him anymore.